Do you know what would have been even funnier if you guys had agreed to just not discuss this at all?
She's sitting in my chair wearing my colour.
So obviously I lost the bet that I didn't really know it even happened. So here I am, sat dressed as you, Elma. I couldn't bring myself to wear kitty cat socks, as you would say. That was quite good, wasn't it? So I went for a Christmas sausage dog.
I feel like I'm in some strange fever
I
dream
know.
here.
This is what happens when you
very
come
odd.
here. Flip the ribbon over for you.
We are welcoming cherry and white corner over here, Sarah Becketts, England and Gloucester-Hartpury back row. And then in the African violet corner, Charlie Beckett, Loughborough Lightning assistant coach. Ilona Maher, she's arrived, in case you haven't noticed. I mean, have you been living under a rock? What position should she play?
I would do dreadful things for mum's sandwiches for lunch every day.
What goes on these sandwiches?
Sorry, Emma. Sorry.
How's it run?
So, women's rugby, okay, Charlie?
There's nothing like it, Elma.
Do you tackle
Nothing like
differently
it.
because of your tits?
Hello and welcome to The Good, The Scaz and The Rugby, brought to you by our very good friends at Vodafone.
This weekend, Loughborough Lightning play Gloucester-Hartpury at St Stadium at Franklin's Gardens. So there is a lot of rivalry in the air today at so many different levels of the show. We are welcoming to the couch, cherry and white corner over here, Sarah Beckett, England and Gloucester-Hartpury back row. And then in the African violet corner, although he's not wearing anything African violet, which I'm quite disappointed about because I'm really big on the colour coding, Charlie Beckett, Loughborough Lightning assistant coach, also is related to the other Beckett on the couch. We can confirm, brother and sister pair.
Yeah, that's us. Not twins, though, as we recently got mistaken for one of the Loughborough Lightning players.
Yeah, because she has a twin, but you are not the twin.
Yes, I referred to my twin sisters the other week, and one of the girls went, "You're triplets." And I said, no. I said, "They're the twins." She was like, I thought you and Sarah were twins. And I don't know who should be more insulted out of the two of us, really.
There is a 3-year age difference, and she's the youngest. She's insulted.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You look like 40 years old. If you were trying to be mad.
So who will your parents be supporting? Are they taking
Me.
one each?
Great question.
Oh.
Me.
Probably, yeah. I think they like to back the winning horse. And historically, I'd say Gloucester-Hartpury. No. Let me explain. I was going to say historically. I'm going to Scaz. Historically, Gloucester-Hartpury have been the winning horse, haven't they? So that would be the safe money, but that'd be all the sweeter when we get the upset. And they've backed the wrong horse.
Fine,
I'll get there
understood.
eventually, Scaz. Don't worry.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
We can just cut that out, by the way.
Yeah.
It'll just be me going, they're back the winning horse. Gloucester-Hartpury, and I'm like the worst coach in the world.
And the other person in the triplets, who will she be supporting?
Me, I hope.
I think as Sarah's twin, she's allowed to have a little bit more of a favourite twin. But no,
I
they
think she should be
in all
impartial.
seriousness, I think they're pretty cut off about it, the family this week. They're all coming though, so that'll be fun.
I was going to say, are they coming now?
Yeah. We were giving it to each other a bit in the family group chat, weren't we? And Mum phoned me up and she was like, "Can you stop it? I don't like it."
Sarah normally
It always
texts
gets
our,
too much for the mums after a while, doesn't it?
Sarah normally texts our group chat when they found the team out of Gloucester and tells us whether she's playing or so.
Yeah.
Throughout my playing career, it was normally me saying, "Oh, I'm on the bench this week," and Essie would be like, "And I'm starting at 8 or 6." And this week, Sarah last night just put, "Starting to fly half this week, guys." And I just saw the start of the message. I was like, "She's forgotten." I was like, "She's forgotten." I'm going to see. And then I read fly half, and I was like, "That'd be rogue from Linny if he's done that." So, but then that I mused me last
Stranger
night.
things have happened.
So many of the Becketts will be wearing red.
I don't know.
I would be surprised if they turned up in red. I'd feel sorry for you then.
Yeah, that would be something.
They've got to go neutral, haven't they?
Maybe if they've got commissioned a half and half shirt. By the way, what a colour clash that would be.
That'd be
Half
hideous.
cherry and white and
That
half
shirt
African
would be
violet.
hideous.
It'd be the worst shirt.
Wow.
Like Donna Kelsey at the Super Bowl.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, someone who does have a red jumper for them to borrow if anyone needs one. If you are listening to us and you were wondering why you heard our Scaz's voice first, it's because she's sitting in my chair wearing my colour.
I thought you were going to say your top then.
Definitely not Elma's top.
Definitely not Elma's top. A version of, though.
Is it the first time you've worn red on the show?
No, not ever.
Oh.
But for a significant while.
So talk us through your outfit that you are wearing
So
today.
obviously I lost the bet that I didn't really know it even happened. and Mo.
It'll get you.
Yeah, that's sort of that.
This is what it's like being friends with Mo for numerous years.
Okay, explain
lost
that
a bet.
comment.
Lost a bet. Didn't realise it happened. So here I am, sat dressed as you,
Never pays
Elma.
though.
So for audio listeners, I've got, what do you call these things?
A ribbon,
A ribbon in my hair.
a really nice paisley printed one.
Yep.
That is exactly why she picked it.
Yeah.
She actually rang me in the week and said, I'm really not sure what ribbon to go for. There's this one that's got like a funky pattern on. There's this paisley print, and I just think that is the one for me. And here she is.
I do like a bit of paisley by it, guys.
I can only imagine. Clip-on earrings, hoops,
Gold hoops.
gold hoops.
And they're big. It's not a demure
Well,
hoop.
Again, being friends with Mo, I'd ordered 4 sizes of just clip-on hoops. I was like, oh, Mo, can you put these on for me? Pulls out the largest of all the options.
Naturally, if you're going to go, like...
I should have
you've
been a
gotta
bit
go.
more on my game with that one. Then we've gone like red sort of shirt buttoned up. Probably one more button up than you'd have. But,
Gaping
you know,
for
I'm a
not the
prude. I'm a
For
prude.
not the audio listeners.
And then just the leather trousers were for Shira, really. And then
Explain.
she told me to wear the leather trousers just from previous episodes.
Please go back and listen to the leather trouser episode around,
Emma
was it
Russell.
Christmas party? When we
It
discussed...
was Waz, wasn't it?
Oh, I
And
can't remember.
it was the Edinburgh girl saying that...
They've come up too many times.
Yeah.
Anyway, I couldn't bring myself to wear kitty cat socks, as you would say. That was quite good, wasn't it? That was quite good.
Shots fired.
So
That
I
was
went
so
for a
good.
Christmas sausage dog. I really hope the camera's getting that.
Oh, that's really good. So graceful. What an athlete.
So there we are, and some white pumps.
And even though you lost the bet 2029, that was the final score in case anyone missed
It feels so long ago.
when the Boy Roses played South Africa and they lost, which is how we got
The
here.
Broses.
The Broses, sorry.
Oh, I like the broses.
the
That's very
broses.
good.
The
That's
broses
very
will stay,
good. Yeah, I
right?
like that a lot.
And I figured I'd be a better loser, so
Here we go. Yeah.
Ah, good.
Classic Adidas as well.
I'm wearing the biggest Adidas logo that exists
How
in
easy
the
is that,
world.
though?
And I have a red Yeti.
Very strong.
Yeah, completely on brand. Who am I?
A cough. Very good.
A cough.
Very good.
Very
The
good.
habitual
Oh,
cough.
shut up.
And
You got a lip
then
balm as well, or what?
Yeah.
the piece de resistance.
Wow. Where do I get
That's
me one of
nice.
those?
Oh, that's
that
nice.
suits you. How have you done that and
good.
it's actually worked?
There we go.
No chinos.
Clip
though.
on.
Wait. I forgot
Clip-on
one
ponytail.
thing.
No chinos.
Oh, take them
Oh,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
take them out. Take them out.
I actually think Elma looks glowing today, though. And I was like, you
Yeah.
look great when I walked in. She said, I haven't got any makeup on.
Well-
and I thought, you should do that more.
She isn't
Way
wearing
next time.
lippy. She's not wearing lippy and liquid liner, but she is wearing a little bit of makeup.
I did draw the line at eyeliner. I didn't put any on.
And lippy.
And lippy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a red lip would have been amazing.
The outfit you went in on, though. So
There we
that's
are.
good.
Okay, so shall we swap back
So
now,
that's that.
Freaky
Let's swap
Friday?
back.
Can you stay like that, though? Perfect.
No, you can keep my phone. It's okay. No one's going to call me while I'm here. Thank you so much for holding up your side of the bargain, Scazzy. I live for
You're
this.
so welcome.
The ribbon is very good.
Yeah.
I don't mind a little fancy dress, if that's what I could call it.
Must I take this ponytail off, Shara? Does it
I
look
feel like
shit?
I'm in some strange fever
I
dream
know.
here. This is just.
This is what happens
This is
when you
very
come
odd.
here. It is very odd. I'll just flip the ribbon over for you.
Okay, shall we have some serious rugby chat
Let's do it.
conversations now? Ilona Maher being the reason the Bristol Bears had to move their match to Ashton Gate.
Yeah. Have we moved from a Saturday to a Sunday for that? Because
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
fuming.
Yeah, that's the impact. She's arrived, in case you haven't noticed. I mean, have you been living under a rock? A 3-month contract with Bristol. Dave Ward is apparently going to be playing the part of Roy Kent. They asked him in this Ted Lasso era of Bristol Bears' history. If you have not watched it, it's okay.
Watch it on Apple TV. It's really good.
Okay.
I did check with Will, who's the media manager at Bristol, because we wanted to invite her to the Sports Personality of the Year Awards, which is what I'm working on at work at the moment. And she can't go because she's going back to the US. So she's not going to be here for that long. She's jetting in and out like the superstar that she is.
Are you off to Spotty Mo?
No.
Oh,
No.
no, not me.
No,
We did get an invite.
Last year, but we're training.
Sorry.
There we
sorry.
are.
No, we did actually get the invite, but we've got Quinn's extra at the weekend. Why?
I'm also not going.
Yeah,
in
you're not
case
going,
anyone's
no.
wondering. Just in case anyone's wondering.
You have fun,
Scaz?
Elma.
You
no,
invited
not
now?
going, no.
Wait, I don't
Just
understand.
thought
Are you
Elma
actually
was
not?
I thought Elma was dishing out the invites. That's all. I thought I must have got lost.
Apparently, you need 4.5 million followers. for it.
Yeah, very.
Apparently, you need to be on Forbes 30 Under 30 and Sports Illustrated and finish second in Dancing with the Stars US.
So I'm still a bit confused why I'm not going.
She got the move.
Okay, well, what position should she play? Coach Charlie, here we go. On the spot. Go.
Oh, if I was coaching her, I think I'd want her to play on the wing. I think purely because if you had her for 15s for longer, I think her skill set that I've seen from sevens and her physical capabilities definitely lend themselves to play in the centre. But I think for a 3-month contract and to maximise her impact, what are you saying? Because
Just chuffed about the physical
you need to play in the
capabilities.
centres. Exactly, Scaz. Exactly. I'm actually going to give you more of a compliment now as well. In the fact that I think the mental side of playing the centres probably haven't, from a coach point of view, you haven't got the time to get up to speed on that to have the effect that you could have on the wing. Now, I'm not saying playing on the wing is easy because playing anywhere in rugby is hard, but you can maybe have a little bit more of you're a physical genetic freak, you're really strong, you're really fast. We can put you on the wing and have more impact in those 3 months than actually at 12 or 13. There's far more defensive reads, far more attacking to do. So that's my thought there. Mo, looks like you disagree.
No, I've got a question.
Oh, yeah, hit me.
In that Bristol Bears back three, then
Yep.
who are you dropping?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's why I'm
yeah.
glad I'm not a coach, Mo, because
That's Dave's problem. He's
Yeah.
signed
You
everyone.
Yeah, fair.
yeah, exactly.
You're
That's why I'm-
professional coach.
You sticky already.
What is the in-joke there?
Oh, so on our car journey here, which is a whole different
three of you came
conversation.
together, didn't you,
yes,
from
I've had
Gloucester?
3 hours in the car with these two. I said something about it being my first year coaching, and Mo very rightly said, but it's not your first year coaching because for 7 of my years as a player I coached alongside. And I foolishly said my first year being a professional coach, and these
Which he was
two
buzzing
latched
about.
straight onto,
Buzzing.
professional coach, are you? I'll double down. Yeah, I am somehow. Is this going to be throughout the whole pod?
No,
We're going this
probably,
good?
yeah.
Throughout the whole
Maybe.
car
Yeah,
journey.
fair.
So yes, it will
Fair.
be throughout the whole
Would you
journey.
consider yourself a professional podcaster because you've got so many of?
Absolutely not. I'm incredibly amateur when it comes to that. This sort of setup, I just sit on a computer for my silly wrestling podcast and just do that. So, but no, going back to the question, back to rugby, my safe space. I think you can
Good segue,
maximise.
professional
Thanks, mate.
podcaster.
Thank you, mate.
What a pro.
You can maximise her impact in 3 months. I think on the wing more so. But who'd you drop? Who'd you drop from that
know,
back
that was the
three?
question.
Exactly. I don't know because you can't drop Millie David for me right now because she's scoring a ridiculous number of tries. Jazz on the other wing is one of the best finishers in the league. So I don't know, but I'm probably very pleased that this professional coach doesn't have to make that decision.
Nice.
That's professional coach Dave Ward's job.
Mo?
Sorry, I just want to give a little shout out to Courtney Keat as well, because in that
Yeah,
back three,
she did
sometimes I
well.
think she doesn't always get the raps, but she is so solid for them.
And Renika, who's was
And
in
Renika
Dubai
Bonnet, who
and
was-
going to Cape Town,
yeah,
who's not
exactly.
even here right now.
That's why I didn't really bring her into the conversation. She's over at sevens,
Yeah.
but that's the one that you don't want to see is Ilona coming in and it's stunting the growth of any of those younger wingers. Like you look at Millie Dave at the moment, and she's absolutely flying. For me, she's a ringer for being in the Red Roses, especially some of the injuries on the wing, come Six Nations time, the way she's playing at the moment. You don't want her development as a young player to be stunted by Ilona Maher coming in. And it's not like, as big a superstar as she is, it's not as if you're bringing an experienced 15s winger in who she could maybe learn from. Ilona is potentially going to be learning a lot of 15s as she's going, so you don't get that plus side of it.
Where would you play, Mo?
Well, she said she wants to be a back row, hasn't she?
Has she?
Yeah.
Has she?
She's come out and said she wants to
Missed
play
that.
back row.
What, in the last few days?
Can't
Before
remember.
now,
Yeah.
I've heard vicious rumours about it.
Where she played, because I've missed this, when she's played her 2 caps for US Eagles before,
I
where
don't
she
know
played.
actually.
Centre
Yeah, not
was her
sure.
previous position, but she has spoken about the fact that she's keen on back row as well. The question is, if she wants to play Rugby World Cup 25, all of the decisions taken now needs to optimize her chances of getting selected for that Rugby World Cup squad. So now the thing is, if you're looking at the USA lineup, you've got Aliv Kalter and Kate Zachary.
Sorry, what was that noise,
Sorry,
Elma?
totally different thing. Have you seen some of the memes that have come out?
No, don't.
Outstanding.
No, Exeter.
I've enjoyed this so
Exeter,
much.
Trail Finders.
No, but Exeter had 10 or 12 on their Instagram post, and they have since deleted at least 8 of them.
Oh, really?
Have they actually?
Yeah, they were tweeting it. We were all over it. Sally Ann was screenshotting loads of it, firing it to me.
Kate Zachary reposted them.
Yeah,
Elim
it's
one
the
as
one
well.
we quoted and being like, "You okay, hun?"
What, as Gloucester-Hartpury?
And that was my favourite bit. So good.
So
Oh,
after
dear.
all of that, I'm sure she's spoken to USA 15's coach, Sione Fukufuka, about this and gone, okay, coach, I want to play Rugby World Cup. Where do you need me to gain some experience? Which is the question I think that all of us are asking. If you're looking at that USA lineup, where are the gaps that she can bring and offer something? Like, is that on the wing for the US?
Off the top of my head, probably. But then you've got players like Baz, who's obviously one of ours, who does a sensational job on the wing for America. And then like so obviously Lottie Sharp at Sarah. So you've got good wingers. I think probably off the top of my head, I'd say it's probably where you're looking for her with that 2025 World
So
Cup.
if she's saying that she wants to be a back row, we've got Rachel Johnson, Kate Zachary.
The
like,
back row's
those guys.
stacked.
And she said, I'd love
Talia,
to be
Georgie.
someone like a Sophie de Goody, but I wouldn't want to go up against her. Scary.
Wow, I think straight away you're not playing in the back row. Then with that mindset straight away, that doesn't really lend itself to being in the pack.
Yeah, ouch. Scazzy?
I kind of, if it was me, I think I'd put her on the wing for this 3 months.
Is this just so you'd have to play opposite her if you're playing?
Yeah,
she's
13?
tackling
well,
us.
you drift onto the wingers a lot
Yeah.
of the time defensively, so yeah, I'll
Should
enjoy
be.
that
That's
one.
good intel.
Yeah, it's about to say, tell me more.
If your system's right,
No, we're going to just jam in on.
Yeah, we're going
Scaz is
in
going to
this
jam
week.
on you this
We're
week,
going
Mo.
in.
That's how we're looking this week. Yeah,
Aggressively
exactly.
in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Pile it in.
Hook D. Footwork. Yeah.
The classic hook.
Yeah, the classic hook. Lost my train of thought actually.
Ilona
Yeah,
Maher on the
yeah,
wing.
on the wing.
So I agree. I think I'd play her on the wing given this 3-month period at Bears. However, if Sione's looking at it from a broader point of view, potentially the World Cup, we don't know. We're not in his head. We don't know how they play the game. We don't know what he wants to get out of the next, 9 months in terms of the build up to that. Only he will know that, and only he will know where he thinks they will get the best out of her. So I don't know the answer to the
I
question.
think it's interesting at Bears as well because they're not a team where their wingers just stay on the wing. They're a team where their wingers are very, very busy coming in. They're playing different shapes. So how well, if she is on the wing, how well she's going to adjust to that coming in, how long it's going to take her to transition into that. Be interesting to see as well.
Yeah, and one thing she'll certainly get at Bristol is the ball in her hands a lot. I've never
Yeah.
seen a team play ball and play like it as you
You don't
experienced the
have to rub it
weekend. Yes. But can I ask you three a question as players?
Go on.
So, huge superstar. I don't know what she's like, but huge social media following. Don't know her personally, but she's coming in with all this fanfare and media attention into your squad for purely 3 months. As players in the squad, how does that make you feel?
Sorry, before you answer, professional podcasting.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
So smooth.
Whoa.
So smooth.
Not my first
That was
rodeo.
good, yeah.
Okay.
Also, wanted to ask it, so I didn't have to answer that
Yeah,
question.
nice.
So if I ask it, now I won't have to answer.
And go. Mo.
Why do I have to go first? Can I just jump on the back of whatever Scaz says?
That's what I normally
This is how our
That's what I normally do.
podcast works.
That's what I normally do in coaches
Yeah.
meetings. Scaz makes a point, and I go, "No, I agree with that. It's a very
Totally agree,
smart.
yeah.
No, good Scaz,
The
good,
only
good."
thing I'd add
Yeah, exactly. I was took it right off my tongue there, Scaz. What I was going to say.
Do you know what? Like, firstly, you have to respect it. Like, as a player, if you've got ambition, obviously, to go to the World Cup, which she does, it's going to be hopefully one of the biggest that's ever been. Like, you have to respect that she's put herself in a position where she can do whatever she needs to do to put her hand up to be given the best shot. I think when you actually break it down, we've had a girl at Hartpury who plays for the Netherlands who is absolutely quality, unbelievable. She can't play for the PWR because of the laws around it, that it's not a top tier nation. So like there's laws around, like in the game, how many caps you've got to be able to come over and play, how many, like what nation you're playing for to allow you to play in the Premier, in the PWR. So for us to have players that are genuinely good enough to be there, not being allowed, so then that to be waived because of a social media following, I think that's a hard place that the game's got to. Totally understand it, like get it, the media revenue, everything else around it. But as a player, I think it's like quite tough. And obviously, did you see Keris Hale's tweet as well?
What did she say?
She basically said, like, find it really fascinating that there's a lot of girls at Bristol that can't even get their expenses paid to come to training, and then they sign like an absolute superstar, big hitter for 3 months. So it's like it's not an easy answer. There's so many facets to it.
So many different sides to it.
Yeah.
There's also the side of I don't feel sorry for her as such, but you might start to, because there's so much pressure on her
Yeah.
to like come over to probably
And get picked.
create content, but fundamentally she's got to play rugby,
Yeah.
so therefore she's got to come over, she's got to play well, she's got to train well, she's got to get up to speed so fast in a system that will be like completely foreign to her. One, because Bristol play in a very different way. The amount she'd probably have to learn there would be huge.
100%.
And yet she's got to then be this person that everybody's going to come to Ashton Gate to watch. Well, is she even going to be on the pitch? Like, I think that pressure on her as well is also huge.
Well, they moved a game for it.
To a Sunday.
There's a lot of different sides to it, as Mo said. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how it all plays out.
Like, overwhelming. Obviously, it's amazing for the sport that there's a following like that. Like, Bristol Bears have doubled their Instagram followers overnight. Like, class. The fact that somebody has that amount of impact is amazing. Like, and genuinely, she's worked really hard for it. She seems very humble.
I also can't wait to see who tries to collab with her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, all just at training, all
training.
oh, we're in the same picture together. Collab.
Yeah.
Come on, then,
Will
you
she
guys,
accept it?
you
Will she
guys know the
accept it?
Bristol Bears squad far better
No,
than me.
not going
Who-
there.
Trying
who
to do
you
it.
know?
Not
No.
How about you answer that question?
No, I don't know him,
Professional
mate.
coach.
I don't know him. I do want to jump on what you said, though, Mo, of I think that rule that we have, and I don't know who sets it, the RFU, the PWR, the government, I don't know who sets it, but the fact that where someone's born and what country they can play for limits their ability to play in the PWR is absolute nonsense.
Surely that has to be relooked.
It's similar. We had a player at Cheltenham when I was there who's Swedish, plays the Swedish national team. In my mind, would add value to any PWR squad, back five player, brilliant player. Her ceiling for playing rugby in England was playing championship rugby. She won championship rugby. There was nowhere else to go. So she moved back to Sweden and we lost her from rugby. She doesn't play rugby anymore because there was nothing more for her. It's like, how as a game are we having rules that are limiting people's ceiling because of where they're born and stopping them playing?
And what role does that rule play? Because if English qualified players, if the EQP system is in place to protect the English system, then that's fine. So what difference does it make whether a player comes from Sweden or South Africa?
But I also think, like, with DQP, it doesn't get implemented or people ignore it. So, like, what difference does it make? And obviously they're making points deductions now. But it's a hard balance again because teams can't get English qualified players that are going to make them competitive. So they bring in foreign players to try and make them competitive. But then they're getting points deductions.
Yeah.
And where's the balance there? Like, you're trying to bring through English players, but you're also stopping other nations. And like I think we have responsibility to the global game as well. But also, yeah, it's just
We
a
want
really
to be the best.
That's
difficult
generous
debate.
as a player to say.
I think we
She's
do.
switched on our Becketts.
I think we do have a global responsibility. I think if people want to come over and play in our league and they're good enough to play in our league, I think they should be allowed to play in our league. Like you say, with the rule, I think they should be allowed to play in our league if they're good enough. But I also 100% understand from the RFU's point of view, you can't do that because they've ploughed all the money into it. And I think, again, interesting debate with all the stuff going on with the Welsh girls, and some of them don't play and they go to Celtic Challenge and stuff like that. Like, had they come in at the start and decided that they wanted a club at the start, would they be in a better place or not? And their game's struggling now as well. So it's tough debate all around, really.
This is a whole separate pod, isn't it?
I was going to
Sorry,
say,
everyone,
that's
sorry.
a whole
No,
episode.
don't
No, we need
apologise.
to get you back.
That's
It's
brilliant.
taken the Becketts 20 minutes to take this somewhere. Nowhere planned. And I won't lie, I would have thought it would be something nonsense and weird, not a serious point. So well done, Sarah, for taking it somewhere
On
serious.
that,
State of the game stuff.
State of the
Sorry.
game's
Go,
important.
go.
no, I was going to say on that, it's totally left field. What do you think FFTJ stands for?
Sorry?
FFTJ. So we were in physio, went to check in on Bex. What time we're
Mo
leaving
put it in
tomorrow?
our group chat earlier, and I
Yeah,
replied
first
to her
question.
privately, being like, "Mate, what does this mean?"
She was like,
because-
am I being stitched up again?
Yeah,
Because I
She was like, "Can't tell you."
I messaged S yesterday saying, "You're driving," which is very kind of her. What FFTJ do you want me to bring?
Food
For the journey.
The journey.
You need food for the journey.
And I went,
If our
mate,
journey's longer
That's
than an
niche.
hour, look at us.
Yeah.
We're going to need to eat.
I said, that's not normal. And she said, what do you mean that's not normal?
FFTJ.
What FFTJ isn't
FFTJ.
normal?
Yeah.
Break down.
That was her response.
I'm hungry.
This is
You're
a
not in
very
the middle
small
of the
country.
desert.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you might be in the middle of a motorway.
there we are.
What was the FFTJ for
Best
today?
pigs.
Strong.
Best pigs. It's very dangerous. I have an M&S garage at the bottom of my road.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's very dangerous.
You just trip and, accidentally.
Yeah.
But, like,
Oh,
if
and
we
there's
were-
another
if we were
bag
going
of
on a
first
journey
pigs.
as kids to the rugby, like, I'd be in the picnic before 10 minutes are gone.
Mum,
do you know what I
mum
mean?
is the queen of FFTJ. Like my
So good,
mum's
man.
sandwiches I would do dreadful things for mum's sandwiches for lunch every day. The sandwiches my mum makes are unbelievable.
That escalated.
That's a terrible
Charlie.
sentence
Yeah,
to
sorry.
put together.
No, I would. Mum
That
sandwiches,
is
next level.
Yeah, that isn't the sentence you
Next
need to
level.
put together.
Well, what? Like dreadful? Are we talking?
Like criminal things. If I could have mum's, I'd like rob
Like
a bank
burglar house.
so I
Oh,
could have
wow.
mum's sandwiches.
I don't think
If
you
mum's
would.
sandwiches could arrive at my desk for lunch in the office at Loughborough
What would you
every
pay?
day.
I think you need to
What
work
could
on
you
your pay.
describe the
What would
sandwich
I
to
pay?
us, please?
They just, I don't know. I don't
What's
know what
the
she does.
topping?
All sorts.
Toppings to sandwiches, innit?
Yeah. Do you mean filling rather than topping for a sandwich?
Sorry, I think you need to weigh up your things here because if you're willing to do something criminal for mum's sandwich, you're going to go to jail, mate, and you're not getting a sandwich for a while.
Well, not if I got away with it. You'll become very unpopular with mum that you wouldn't for her sandwiches here. That's the issue.
What goes on these sandwiches?
Sorry, Elma. Sorry.
What goes in them? What goes in them?
In a sandwich.
Okay, inside
My
the
favourite would
sandwich.
probably be.
It's a second language. You have to forgive
it's
it.
okay,
yeah.
it's okay. It would probably be her ham and cheese salad with a homemade Christmas
A
chutney.
ham and cheese salad.
No,
You would
ham
do-
cheese salad and then a homemade Christmas chutney on the thick bread she does.
It's the Christmas chutney, it's a
and
Christmas-
we're going to get Christmas chutney soon, aren't we?
Yeah, hopefully.
Excellent.
Mum, if you're
Excellent.
watching, Christmas chutney, please.
Why would you have to put the salad in there? I feel like
No,
that's
the salad, I don't like the salad in
unnecessary.
mine.
No,
That is quite a normal sandwich.
No,
though.
I'm not saying she does anything revolutionary.
Right.
She just does a
way.
classic
Attention
better
to
than,
detail.
better
Made
than
with
anyone
love.
else.
Is it
He's
cut
taking
into
it way
triangles?
too far.
No, half.
Chutney
just half.
pushed right into the corners, I bet. It's
Yeah,
not,
chutney right across, but oh god, it's so good. So those
Okay.
FFTJ, and then when I got to about 13, 14, Mum decided that I was becoming a big lad, which I was. So I got 4 sandwiches rather than 2. Yeah, that was a big
4
moment.
pieces of bread.
No, as in like, so 2 sandwiches cut in
Sorry,
half.
I
make
thought you
4.
meant mum had reduced
Eight.
your
No,
FFTJ.
she gave me more. She gave me more. She gave me more.
Did you get any?
8 when it's going on.
Do you get any food for the journey when you're going for a shoulder op or when you're in
Yeah.
rehab?
Yeah, mum brought snacks when she took me to the surgery.
What snack
Of course
was
she
it?
did. She had a whole bag from like Lidl and M&S mixed in. She brought crisps, porridge, sandwiches, salad, fruit, chopped up fruit.
Chopped
in
fruit.
there.
That
a
is a
classic.
classic operation bag because you just don't know how you're going to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
a bit
this
of
is
everything.
before. This is going the day before the surgery
Oh.
to the hotel. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like post
Post.
No.
anaesthetic.
So this is FFTJ on the way to the
Sorry.
hotel.
Yeah,
She picked me
yeah,
up
yeah.
from the train station and she bought me like a burrito in the train station and for when I got in the car.
She's focused on nutrition.
What a mum.
I love the dedication.
Suze
think it-
knows what we need.
I think it
and
went
Becketts need
badly for a
food.
while. To be honest.
So
That wasn't anyone's notes for the show, was
No,
it?
no,
No.
weird. We're just skipping right through
We're
this.
skipping. I mean, it's really impressive how Shara knew FFTJ was going to be a crucial part of this conversation. She read your
Shots
mind.
fired. I will sit quietly from now on. We'll bring up owls later.
So the owl thing. Please, can we just get that out of the way?
Okay, fine. Go on.
One of
No,
my
because
favourite.
this will be like the favourite thing that people comment on social media.
So I actually, the first time I saw this question was on a podcast. So I need to get that out there before someone says you've
okay.
stolen
Charlie, we're
it.
not
This isn't
endorsing other
a Charlie
podcasts.
Beckett original. But I like to ask people, because I think it's a fascinating question, in a normal day of your life, how many owls would you have to see in one day before you thought, this is weird, something's going on here? And my number's 4.
And-
Mine's 3 in case.
Yeah, and we spoke about this earlier. I'm 3, you're 3.
I think I went 3 too.
Scazzy was like, I live on a farm.
I was
3
4.
wouldn't be that weird, but 3.
If I was at home, 3, yeah.
Okay.
Not home.
And you said 4. Who is it that said 28?
My partner said 28 when I asked her. And I just said, what happens at 27 to 28? Like, 27, you're like, oh, that's fine. 20, whoa, something's going on. So, no, look, rugby. Should we talk about some rugby?
This is killer whale.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I've seen these bits,
the
yeah.
killer alarms are
Fully
going
killer
off
whale.
right now.
Like, we've definitely crossed into that. I have so many killer whale stories that I'm proud of myself for not
Save
sharing.
them for the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to steer
Give
clear
you a
of that.
section.
I'm going back to the Shira notes.
She just keeps aggressively highlighting things.
Highlighting things.
I've never seen
What is that Shara highlighting?
Yeah, this
I've
is
noticed
never.
that as Scaz is like
The
more
font,
and more.
the font has never been so big.
It started like Times New Roman 12. Then it went to
Comic
bold.
Sans.
Now it's 16. Now it's highlighted
It looks
yellow.
like a grandma's
And now
phone,
it's-
like the technical
It's
with the
a
caps
caps lock.
that big.
Case.
So So you made your return this weekend, Shara tells me.
Shara has aggressively highlighted.
That we need to talk about you playing and then against Bristol.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were going to go into this game and be the thing that heals whatever's going on with Gloucester-Hartpury this season?
No, I think I'd have a pretty high opinion of myself if I thought that.
I have to ask.
Heels, I know. We're just gonna. I didn't know whether to leave it. I didn't know whether to leave it.
But
Like-
what's going on?
You left it about a second then.
Sorry, we're
I
talking
can
about
see-
Beckett first.
Yeah.
It's okay, no, get it off your
No,
chest.
But
no,
your
no,
fans
yes,
want to know.
I mean, we don't like. We went for a whole season nearly not losing a game.
Yeah, one loss.
In
One
2
loss.
seasons, we lost 3 games.
You're not in the
Yeah.
top 4 at the moment, which is wild for
No.
you. There it is. There it is.
Say less.
Say
It's just been a really bitty season for us, which isn't an excuse. We've gone, obviously, first 3 games, a lot of people haven't come back in. Our squad, we had 23 people out at WXVs. That's pretty cool in itself, but also hard to then gel back together. Straight in for Sarah's, obviously really tough game, like Stonex away, as you guys found out at the weekend as well.
did.
Tough place to
We
go.
did.
One
We
of the
did.
hardest probably in women's rugby, I'd say, to go and get a win. And then we had rotation week after. That was right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big rotation week after. Then we had Elin. Now we've had 2 weeks off, and then we've gone into Bristol. So it's just like you can't really get going. Like it's a really tough one. Yeah, that's my
What was it like being back out there?
take.
Tough. Yeah, I think we defended for like 36 minutes of the first half and tell you my lungs were not ready for that. Not ready. It was good to be back out. Like, I think I was a bit nervous. I've never had like an upper body injury that's kept me out this long. So,
You have just never got dealt with.
Played with it for 18 months.
Yeah.
So you just battled on with it for 18 months before.
Yeah, so what I've had operated on, I dislocated like my SCs, like where your sternum meets your collarbone. And just been playing on that because, to be honest, I needed to keep my job. So, yeah, I had to keep playing to try and like it was manageable to get through. Like I chose to keep playing, so it's my choice. And then we thought we should probably do something about it because I kept crying in training. So
It was last year, at Christmas last year, I literally, S was sat at the table and I reached over like to get something and then gave her like a hug as I reached over and probably like patted her like that and she winced and went and I was like, I was like, is this how bad your shoulder is? And she was like, yeah, don't tell mum. Like, don't tell mum how sore it is. And that was, I knew she was struggling with it. And that was probably when I realised, okay, you're really in quite some pain, I think. The way, and it's weird because we're playing against you this weekend, but I'll go into Big Brother mode for a second. The way S has managed to, in my opinion, not just play the last 18 months, but thrive. And be one of the-
Dominate.
in a lot of, and she'll get funny about me saying this, but let's take last year's final, for example. Like, I was there. That game at half time was in dire need of someone in a cherry white shirt to grab it by the scruff of the neck and take control of it. And on one shoulder, Sarah Beckett did that. So
I didn't know, did I? It was a team thing.
player of the match for
Claim
him.
it.
Just
No.
listen to
He's
your
a
big,
professional
just listen,
coach.
thank you. Thank you. Listen to your big brother, who's a professional coach, and just listen, all right? The way she grabbed the game and did dominate, and then once Gloucester-Hartpury got on top, there was only one winner in that game. Doing that on one shoulder, I think is phenomenal. I think it's exciting and scary what she can do with 2 shoulders. I just hope to goodness she doesn't this weekend. That's all.
Yeah, maybe take a bit more time to get back up to full speed.
I'd probably if Lynny's listening, I'd probably rest her this weekend. Like that shoulder.
One on, one off.
Exactly, Scaz,
Yeah.
exactly.
Really keep that continuity
Yeah.
with Gloucester
Yeah.
Storm
Exactly.
going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scaz, exactly.
So your mum sent us a mail.
Oh no.
Oh God.
No,
On
cute.
Instagram.
You
Was it
You
on
guys not know
Instagram?
about this.
Only cute things.
We know
and-
Was it on
nothing.
Instagram?
No.
No,
She actually
actual
emailed.
My mum has been
does
messaging
love an
Sarah
email, actually.
Hunter to say how excited she is for her to be a mum on Instagram, which is so
that's
cute.
so cute.
How
Mum
cute's
loves
that?
an Instagram.
Mum was like to Sarah, like, I'm so excited to be a mum. It's the best thing in the world.
Was
how
it a
cute's
good
that?
email? Because she's queen of like sassy emails.
No.
Queen of
Well,
sassy
that
It was a
was-
really
Yeah.
good email.
And the overriding thing was she doesn't want to embarrass either of you. Or,
Yeah.
But
no, that was it.
Oh,
okay,
Who
Just a
did
bit
she
of
send a
insight.
sassy email to?
I don't know. If I
just
say
like
that.
if something's not gone right, or like, you know, when you need to send a complaint email.
Like Ofcom or
Karen.
Karen, yeah.
No, she's not. She's not.
Just to make clear, Mum's not Karen. She, like, you know, if you actually need to complain about something. So when I was buying my house, my solicitor was dragging his heels or whatever. She was straight on it.
Mum dealt with that.
She went in, man, and
I've
I was
got
like,
stories.
I could never.
Sarah was sat in the car on the phone to her. Mum was like, "Let me do this."
Yeah.
And then it was done in like a
I
day.
feel like Elma would really appreciate this sort of.
Yeah.
That's how she lives her life.
I had to let one solicitor go because I had to out-solicitor my solicitor. And I was like, I'm not paying you to do something I could do better. Thanks, bye. So I relate. So your mom's email went, I recall a minis tournament. Is this
Vale of Loon.
Vale of Loon.
I know exactly what this story will be.
Oh, Charlie had no match this day, and Sarah was delighted. That meant he could come to watch and assist with their match prep. We got there, we unpacked the chairs, picnic. Had the picnic not been eaten?
Did the picnics make it to the venue though?
There will have been separate FFTJ and picnic for there. I can guarantee.
Just so you know.
The picnic for the journey and then the picnic for when you are there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Picnic.
Okay. Sarah's team were warming up for their first match. She thought she'd show off to her boys. She was the only girl in the team, and show them how she could tackle her big brother. He fell awkwardly on top of her and broke her arm.
Probably a good tackle, was it?
We packed the car straight up, drove home via the pediatric minor injury unit. Not a minute played. I also remember that day the St. John's ambulance wouldn't give me a sling to support her arm on the way home because they hadn't done the assessment themselves.
Elma, just bear in mind, my mum's nurse in A&E.
Yeah, she
so
says
I think
this.
she knew that it was broken.
Yeah. She said they weren't sure that she would know that it was broken. And then she writes, I'm an advanced nurse practitioner for
Full
A&E.
title as well.
Smiley face.
Yeah, smiley.
Smiley face. She didn't say she's a professional advanced nurse practitioner.
She'll get there one day.
Professional, I reckon.
But it seems quite professional.
The best about that story is at that time, Vale of Loon. So we live in Liverpool. Vale of Loon is North Lancashire. So it's probably just an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from ours. But at that time, that was the furthest we'd go for rugby. Like Vale of Loon was the big journey. There would have been a hell of an FFTJ pack for that. I can tell you. That was the big journey. Whereas now, if you said you got to go an hour and a half, hour and 45 for rugby, Mum would be like, fine, because she spent her life driving. Mum and Dad have both spent their lives driving all over to watch both of us. So, but that then was the big trip, and it didn't get bigger for us as minis at Waterloo, our junior club, than the Vale of Loon tournament.
It was Vale of Loon or Hoylake Sevens.
Yeah, they were the two big tournaments in the year. So S will have been really up for that, and I will have ruined it by falling on her and breaking her arm.
I think it was my fault. I don't think this is your fault.
Well, we'll share the blame.
All right, share the blame.
So basically, the dew on the grass hadn't even evaporated yet, and you guys were in the car.
We've not warmed up yet, nothing. Like, literally, we were passing the ball.
Did you have regret?
Well, I was like, no, I'm fine. Started passing the ball, was like sobbing. Mum's like, come on, we're going home.
No. Did you get sympathy?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah. It was just one of those things.
Not from
wasn't it?
St. John's,
so-
she didn't.
Yeah, not St. John's.
You're all right.
The two of you being the athletes that you are,
Were
in a loose term.
over
In a
here.
loose term.
but did you have loads of incidents at home? Was there like a regular visit to the A&E or?
I almost cut Sarah's finger off once with a Stanley knife. No, Stanley knife, a Swiss Army knife.
Am I going to regret asking this question?
No, that's not a quick one. My grandfather had been absolutely banned from buying me Swiss Army knives. He did it in secret. This is Mum's dad. And so I had this secret Swiss Army knife in the house, as you do, as I must have been like 8. And we were sat... I know.
With 5-year-old twin sisters
exactly.
around.
And I fully blame Essie. So Essie is Sarah, by the way, so I've realised I've said that a few times. I blame her for what happened because I sat in the lounge. I went, I'm going to stab you in the heart. Like that. Obviously, was never going to stab her in the heart. Essie went like that. Bang, knife straight through it, almost cut her finger off. That was probably the worst one we had.
So although you weren't actually going to stab her in the heart, the knife was out and you...
The knife was fully out.
Did you get sent to bed or what?
No, I think we were just all pure panic on that one because I was cut S's finger off.
Do you know when it goes really quiet because everyone knows
This
one's serious.
And in that moment, I knew.
Yeah, exactly. But that aside, I think it was weird, wasn't it? Because I think we always... There probably wasn't the competitiveness of if we'd been 2 sisters or 2 brothers, I think potentially because there was always the knowledge of until this weekend we were never going to be directly competing with each other. And I think
I just always just wanted to like impress you. Like I wanted to be part of your crew. So I was just like, oh, what can I do to make him think that I'm well good at this now?
Which I do now. So there you go.
You, speaking of you playing, told the Telegraph in 2020, she's better than me. A lot of the time, the lads like to joke about my sister's career being going better than mine, but it couldn't wind me up less. Do you feel that, Sarah? He's just absolutely 100%.
Yeah, supportive, 100%. Yeah,
biggest fan.
Like you say, that there's no real rivalry between us. I don't think there's any, apart from this weekend, obviously.
I love that every time you
every
speak
time.
about it, you're like, yeah, but this weekend is.
But I don't think there's any real rivalry between us. Like, I'm very vocal about growing up. Charlie was always my hero. I watched him train. I watched him train so hard before he went. He left home at 16, so I was 13 when he left. But I remember you going down and like running around the block, which is like a mile, a couple of times before you went to school, or like just seeing that work ethic. I don't think there was any rivalry between us really, and I think like the journey you did to come to my first cat was pretty mega as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
So I was playing in Jersey at the time for Jersey Reds. And S was playing, her debut was for England, obviously, against America at the Stone X on a Friday night. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get there because I'll be playing on the Saturday for Jersey. And then the fixtures came out.
And Jersey is not connected to the mainland.
No, Jersey's a little island.
But is it part of England still?
Off the mainland. Yes, it's very strange. It's right next to France, but England have it. No one understands why or how.
Preach.
Preach. Yeah.
No, this is a joke at your expense.
I know, and I'm just sitting here wallowing in it.
I need to know this. What happened, man?
Please don't look at me.
No. Basically, I just didn't realise there was a bridge to Jersey from the mainland.
Well, there isn't.
Hey.
So, just to confirm, Jersey's absolutely not connected to the mainland. So, then we were playing Ealing on the Sunday, so in London. So I arranged that the team were flying on the Saturday. I was going to fly on the Friday afternoon after team run to be able to get there for S's cap. So all fine, not going to be a problem. And then this storm hits Jersey. And when a storm hits Jersey, it's absolutely terrible. I was just seeing flight after flight cancelled. And I was like, I'm not going to get there. I don't know why our captain of that plane decided he was taking off, but he did. We were the only plane to get off Jersey that evening in like a 5-hour period, and they started getting cancelled like 2 hours earlier. Don't know what this guy had going on, but he was like, I'm getting to London.
He needed to get to the game as well.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
So we take off, and I've never had a flight like it. Like the plane is all over the place. Get there, but we're quite severely behind time now. So I'm like sprinting through Gatwick Airport, just knocking people over and screaming sorry. Get on the tube, get across. And then I get there. I always thought, if I cry, it'll be in the anthem. And I got there just after the anthem's finished. And I was like, I'm safe. Walk in, and you know, it's the Stone X. Like, there's a little walkway on where the athletics track would be in front of the stand. So I'm walking to find my family in the stand. And literally as I walk in, I think, either catches the kickoff or gets the ball and carries. And it's like 3 meters away from me. Carrying for England, I just started pouring with tears. Like literally bawling my eyes out. What a loser.
Not a loser.
And then she got told off within 14 minutes by the referee for being too vocal. And I was like, there's my little sister.
There she is.
That's a trait you probably get from me, which isn't a good one on the pitch.
Yeah. Well, as discussed on the way down here, I'm not half as bad as you. So.
Yeah, but we'll leave those stories.
But that is, I'm sure, a really emotional moment for you as a brother. You represented England at age group. You had an unbeaten under 18s.
Yeah. Oh God, we're going right back now. Yeah, we were unbeaten England under 18s. I think we were the first team to beat South Africa in South Africa. I think only the second England team ever to do it. So that was pretty cool. That was my playing career probably peaked at that moment at 18. No, I reckon it did. Like, that's probably the best day. I captained England to an unbeaten season, beating South Africa in South Africa. But that was probably where my playing career peaked, and that's fine. Like, I'm very at peace with what my playing career was. But I couldn't be prouder. And you're right, Ez was just laughing at you putting your lip balm on.
It's because she took the mick out of me earlier because I always have my lip balm on me, and then I was just taking this moment. I've had to take my earrings out as well. They were
I noticed that. Yeah.
killing my ears. Have I got indents? They were killing.
Your earrings still look
actual
amazing.
earrings through them now.
Blimey heck.
But yeah, I couldn't have been prouder and felt more blessed really to have been able to have front row seat to watching Sarah achieve what she has and hopefully continue to achieve. And it's not just the ups, like there's been some real quite catastrophic.
What, when I moved in with you after I got dropped for the World Cup?
Sarah moved in with us the week she didn't go to the World Cup. That was quite a severe learning to living together again after 8 years not living together, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah,
out for a walk, went to H&M,
you
came
shopped
back.
your way through it. Sarah S would say, just going for a walk. I'd be like, okay, do you want me to come with you? Like, no, I'm fine, thanks. I was like, okay, give her a space. Come back 3 hours later with 5 H&M bags. She'd look at me, she'd be like, strong wind blew me in. I'm like, okay, no questions asked.
And this is a really disappointing time in your life. A retail therapy girl.
I'm not really, no, but apparently I was then. So it was either retail therapy or alcohol. So
Both worked well.
And you've spoken before about the fact that you're not a big crier. You cried like
I did cry, but I wouldn't cry in the house. So I'd go and cry
In
watching
H&M?
sunset. No, I didn't cry in H&M either. Can't see the price tags then. No, I would go and walk and watch a sunset and cry instead. Cried with Mo a few times at Gloucester.
Yeah, we had a few
Yeah,
cries.
it's
We had a
alright,
few laughs. Remember this country? Anna come dine with me. We just used to like binge on like crap telly, which isn't even rubbish. Like I actually loved it. But there were
programme.
honestly there were like a few times in this country and I could not have resonated more.
S is just like, she'll still mess with me about Vine she used to watch. I'm like, what are you on about, woman?
She does have good quotes, TikToks all the time, and I'm like, right, that's another one I haven't seen.
And I've never seen someone fall down a YouTube black hole like it. You can be sat down there.
Yeah, but you
she'll be
haven't just
she'll be
gone.
like, let me show you this. And it's 4 hours later when you're watching Malaysia's Got Talent's worst ever auditions. You're like, how have I got here?
Are they funny though?
Very.
Is this Sarah Beckett as a teammate, Scazzy?
Yes, I think so. But I think as a rugby player, like, unbelievable rugby brain, super physical, so talented on the field. Obviously, he had a rough ride with injuries and selection, in my opinion. But
Thanks,
it's
Scaz.
going to be so good to have her back and just ripping in, just, as Charlie said earlier, just not for another
this
week.
weekend.
And I'm really sorry, Elma. I'm so distracted. Your ponytail's fallen off and it's just on your shoulder and I can't look at anything else.
It's like a little
Would you like me to put it back
It's
on?
just like
Just hang
laid
it
there
off
like a dead thing.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's offensive to your own
I
ponytail.
was
Yeah,
going to
well,
say,
we are where we
okay,
are.
it's the Scazzy tale. We can pass this along. I mean, I'd love to see our Mo with it.
Go on.
I can't get this thing on.
For the crack.
But Mo, Sarah Beckett as a teammate, you obviously live with her in, day out more so.
God, that's
that looks
heavy. Is that
awful.
Is that what hair feels like? That's so heavy. How do you not do that?
Well,
Like,
not if it's as thin as yours.
How
is
do you
it?
run?
That's why my fitness test's so slow.
Just let it sit down the front for a bit. Go on. Go on.
I don't even want to touch it.
Yeah. Relax.
Sarah
just
Beckett as a
worn
team. Oh no, I really don't like it. Can I take it off? It's itching me and it's not even touching me. That's like people with really big boobs. I'm like, how do you know more? She has to like double sports bra, but I think that's an extra like few kilograms. Do you know what I mean? When you're actually
100%.
having to get around the pitch.
100%.
Wild. Sorry,
Imagine when it rains.
I digress. What was your why?
Charlie
Your
really
boobs
can
get heavier.
relate.
This is, the conversation here is hair and boobs, and not an expert on either, I'm afraid.
What
I
did
mean,
you
it
just say?
still works. She said, imagine when it rains. And I said, why? Because your boobs get heavier.
I think she meant hair, didn't
No,
she?
yeah,
I'm
she did,
guessing.
yeah.
Yeah, I was with you. I was on your wavelength. I was like, what?
So, women's rugby, hey, Charlie?
There's nothing like it, Elma.
You tackle
Nothing like
differently
it.
because of your tits. Sorry.
I don't know what they
But
just
you
said
could
either.
have gone and coached anywhere. Why? As a professional coach.
Oh, that's going to haunt you so bad.
Forever.
As a professional coach, why would you turn your hand to this chaos?
Why would I turn my hand? So, I think it was strange, my whole decision to retire. Like, I think Sarah probably agree, I'm quite a planned, like having, she's gone, I've lost her.
It's Mo. Sorry.
I quite like having things mapped out, don't rush into any decisions.
Oh, it's
I
so annoying.
I probably decided to retire
Just relax a little bit.
in about a 2 or 3 week period. I think I came back from Australia where I've been playing, started playing again over here, and just for the first time in my life wasn't enjoying playing rugby. Just like I remember being sat in the change room at Richmond Athletic Ground before a game and just been like, okay, I best go and play then. And that's just not the way I played at all. So it was very much that, but still absolutely loved rugby. Like rugby is absolutely my passion, and had enjoyed coaching alongside and coaching the women's game a lot at Cheltenham Tigers alongside. So then made the decision of, so it was so my plan was never to coach when I finished playing. The plan was to go and work with my dad in our family business. So I had to have quite a frank and tough conversation with my dad. And then Loughborough hilariously advertised for a backs and attack coach.
This is a good story, actually.
So
Do you know when she says so?
Yeah, so obviously, Scaz is on the inside of this, and I've never heard the inside of this. I know my side of it.
So you know it's not a great story, but
Scazzy got added to
so
her.
now this is a good story.
So I couldn't be. If anyone had seen me play rugby, would know two things I'm not is a back or particularly attacking. That was not my style play. But
I've given you a title.
You have given me a title. Sarah gave me a promotion the day as head of assistant coaching at Loughborough Lightning, so she's made me head of that department.
Did you tell someone?
Would
Got a pack for your desk.
Just on that, Scaz, would you say that Charlie is your boss?
Oh, that's a shocker
But
of a question.
she was part
He's
of
not
the
my
panel.
boss, but he's head of assistant coaches.
Okay, sure. All right, fine.
So
There we are then.
So, but no, I'm very thankful to them to give me the opportunity, everyone at Loughborough, and hopefully I'm doing okay with it. But no,
I do think
it's
it
been
is.
great.
It was testament to you because fundamentally we needed an attack.
Everything you're not.
We didn't need you, but we like you.
We had to have you because nobody else.
We have opened arms and testament to your personality. We like you now.
He brings FFTJ.
Sorry, Scaz, what were you going to say?
I was going to say
The sandwich game is strong.
it's testament to you. Yeah.
Sorry, Scaz.
It's testament to you because we needed an attack coach and we needed a backs coach, really, of which Charlie isn't either. So it actually meant that because he was the best candidate for the job, given
You didn't get anything you needed.
no, but it meant that actually it was worth the reshuffle to have him part of it. So it now means obviously Nathan does attack, whereas he was in doing defence. Obviously Matt Campbell, who's got the Boks job, he wasn't around at the time, so we didn't know what that was going to bring. Blah blah blah. But I think like it would be easy to have got what we needed, but maybe not what we really wanted. Ooh, does that make sense? Don't know. In terms of like getting a good person into the program, basically, I guess.
Sometimes just having the right energy in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So when you go into the panel to interview potential head of assistant coach roles, Scazzy, what is your go-to question? Mo's go-to question whenever we speak to people about coaching is, what's your coaching philosophy?
Mm-hmm. I think you get a lot from somebody with that.
Mo does like that one.
I'm
I
a
think
people person.
I think we go down the coaching females route a bit. I think.
Yeah, what I remember from was I had a
Like, how does that change your
Yeah.
approach?
yeah. I
How
had a-
does it change your approach, coach?
my philosophy on it is I don't think you should fundamentally treat female athletes any different to male athletes because they're female athletes. So the standards I'd expect if I was coaching men, the work rate, the attitude, the being on time, the doing your homework, all that. Just because I'm coaching women, that does not change at all. They are still professional athletes. I expect them to behave like professional athletes and expect them to meet those standards. The only thing that is slightly different is I think the way you can sometimes give feedback, and I'm learning this massively. I still get it wrong. I can't tell you how many mistakes I make every day in my job, and I'm learning so much. But the way you give feedback, so it's like I know myself, like I'm absolutely fine and thrive with like the most direct feedback. Give it to me between the eyes. Tell me it brutally honestly. I think there are
Wonder
some.
where you got that from.
Yeah, that's a Beckett trait, isn't it?
Dad.
There's some women, like Sarah, if I was giving feedback to Sarah, that's how I give it. It's a bit strange with my brother because I bring up things from my
No,
past. like,
sorry.
He has
did
given
this
feedback.
Week.
Yeah.
He's watching
What
our
feedback
game.
from your game?
He's watching
Go
our
and
game
tell us.
this week.
You're
He's, like,
coaching the wrong team.
No way, it's
Charlie.
coaching a game this week, and it's no secret I'm not really a line-out forward, Elma, right? I don't really go up in the line-out, but surprise, surprise, I went up in the line-out this week, right? Having a great time, caught the ball, we scored. Perfect,
Hey.
job done. Goes, if you could just get your hips forward a little bit, just don't sit back so much. I thought, fine, I'll not sit back this week. You're getting it.
right. First thing I said was, great to see you jumping. I know you can jump.
No,
you
you
do yourself
actually text me,
disservice.
is that Victor Matfield?
I did that as well. I texted you, is that Victor Matfield, which is the greatest compliment I can give when it comes to line
Is that not a...
Yeah,
that's what she's missed out.
Okay.
is
With
that
a
I'm
fire
not-
emoji.
Exactly, yeah. And then I said, get your hips forward, you're sitting, you're
Fire
taking height
emoji
away.
is everything.
Yeah,
That is
the,
what I heard.
Like a bit of cheese on top and then like the real truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so I think that's probably the biggest thing that I say with women is sometimes that's how I'd take feedback, and I think that's quite a male trait at times. Is I think the way men speak to each other is very direct a lot of the time. I'm not saying that's a good thing or the right thing, but as a man, I think you become attuned to receiving feedback like that. I think women maybe probably for the better are a little bit soft with the way they speak to each other, and that's probably a much better trait. So I think that's probably the biggest thing I spoke about.
Sometimes you never get to it though.
In what sense?
To go around the
some-
subject
yeah.
because no one wants to
Yeah.
So
offend
but it's how
anyone.
you can
And
still be direct. Like, I
you're
will,
speaking to Mrs. Director.
Yeah,
that's
no,
by
no,
the
no.
way.
say,
but I always so the one thing I'll never do.
That ain't me.
The one thing I'll never ever do is be anything but honest. Like, I'm not doing my job if I'm not giving you honest feedback. But some of the way, especially in rugby, I've had feedback from some of my coaches in the past has not been particularly polite, has not been particularly nice, has almost been cruel. And I'd never ever want to be that. I can be honest with you, even if it's a tough conversation, if I'm telling you I think you're not performing at the level I need you to, or you're not working at the level I need you to, I can tell you that while still being polite, still being courteous, and not being cruel. And I think in men's rugby, there is sometimes an acceptance of negative feedback. It's going to be cruel and hurt you. It doesn't need to be that way. It can be a fairly calm and civil conversation where
and
I'm saying,
constructive.
yeah, where I'm saying, Elma, you came
go
to
on.
me.
Right.
You came to me for the last 3 weeks. You haven't done the line-up calls when they went out 2 nights before. That's not the standard I expect. I need you to do your homework, or you're not going to get in the team. Like, I'm not picking you because I know you're not doing your homework. That's a tough conversation to have, and it's hard feedback. But I haven't been rude. I haven't been cruel. And I think in the men's game, there's probably like it'd be effing and swearing and you're a disgrace because you're not doing it. It doesn't need to be that. It just needs to be, this is what we expect and you're not doing it. So I imagine I spoke a bit around that, but I probably don't think you need to treat women any different to men, the standard you expect. I think you're doing a disservice to the athletes, the sport, and the whole gender of women there if I'm expecting less because you're a woman. Like, how ridiculous is that?
Just more, I think, emotional intelligence, probably. It is about giving useful feedback,
Yep.
not hurtful feedback.
Came out with what you spoke to the girls at Cardiff Met about. Elle and Snowy and Alicia Joyce Butchers.
That's what they want
Spoke a lot about it.
from the Wales coach for sure.
Yeah. Current form, for those who have dipped in and out a little bit, round 9, that's where we're heading this weekend, out of 18. Super tight, tighter than ever at this stage of the season. Exeter Chiefs at the top, 33. Harlequins on 30. Saracens on 26. Bristol Bears on 25. Gloucester-Hartpury on 23. Are we talking mini-league for anyone?
We're not quite got into the mini league just yet. I'll keep you updated as to whether that shows importance this year or not. It might have
Okay.
just been a one-season thing.
Okay.
The one and only double back-to-back champions of the mini league. I think
Yeah.
we just retire on it, I think.
She's been so humble about it. I love it. So Liv Coulter joined in the win over Leicester Tigers, which is great to see. Sadia back from injury. That Watergall fail clip of hers.
Oh my
it's
God, that was so good.
funny.
Yeah.
It's the pause for me. So like normal people would be like running back. Oh, I've forgotten them. Turn immediately. But she just like it's like she's playing musical statues for
Yeah.
just like an
It was
elongated amount of
What's
time.
that song that she like performs during camp? It was giving me that vibe. You know, like
Hurricane.
Hurricane. Yeah. Have you seen that?
she
Have you
does
not
that
seen the
death drop.
Hurricane dance?
Oh, I don't know.
You need
do,
to ask
you
her.
have,
I probably have. I
Please,
don't
can
know.
we get a video of the hurricane dance?
Oh, I don't know if it's.
I don't know if it's-
I don't know
yeah,
if
I
it's
don't know if
for
it's
public
public
I'm not
consumption.
sure. We'll ask Sads for it. We'll ask
I'm
Sads.
sure she'll share
It
it.
is
She was trying to
quality.
get me to do the stocking check with her at the weekend.
Guys, people would pay good money for that.
Well, and so they should.
And so they should.
And so they should. What's the stocking check?
She
So
basically.
Sadia has this thing where I don't even know. Is it a
I
thing?
think it's a thing.
I think it's a
she's
her
just
thing.
made it a thing.
I think it's a
Fine.
her thing.
So pre-game, she would basically film herself, basically pulling her socks up, and then do a little like stocking check. I can't even explain it because I don't really
Try and
understand.
show.
No.
Do the demo. Do the demo.
Yeah,
Go
it's
on,
basically
Sharon-
about pulling her socks up, showing her socks off.
Sharon
Anyway,
and Elma don't know what
she's been
come on.
trying to. These little dashins aren't going up my
They
leg,
would
are
be
they?
great for it. Come on.
Little sausage dogs get stretched.
Come on, you little sausage.
Anyway, she spent the entire journey down to the Stone Eggs trying to persuade me to do it with her.
And?
No, I didn't do it with her.
It's a shame.
Because your knee pads would have got in the
Never
way.
say never. Yeah, probably. I
Is it-
nearly forgot to them actually.
Maybe
at the
this weekend.
weekend. I never say never.
Okay. Knee
Sorry,
pad check?
just on Sadia. Did you see her absolutely melt the first thing that ran out anywhere near her? It was
She was
ridiculous.
buzzing to that,
I've,
wasn't she?
I've never
Ridiculous.
seen a female player hit the way Sadia does. Like, I've seen it up close and personal. these last few
Considering she's
weeks.
not like 120
massive.
kilos.
I've been doing a return to contact with her. Thankfully, it's not been me getting hit, but she's
Would've
just
broken her arm.
the explosive. I would've broken her arm. The explosiveness she has is
It's
phenomenal. Phenomenal.
packs a punch.
And the rest.
And the rest. Maybe you could do the knee pad check and she could do the stocking check.
Could do.
Yeah, do a reversion of it.
Sorry, you twizzling your
Sure, you're really getting into that ribbon there, Scaz.
You're really
Felt it. I was
feeling
like,
it.
it's kind of soft.
Oh, it's quite nice. Okay,
I can get used to
tight games. Saracens 32-21, Harlequins 22-19. How close are you guys to turning over one of the big ones?
I reckon about a weekend away.
So next weekend.
How close? Of
yeah.
course, Scaz. And I'll let you go first,
I think
Scaz.
close is the answer based on the scores, based on how we've been playing. I think Saracens game, we didn't actually play that well for large parts of it, and yet we were still in it. So I think in itself that is in equal measures super frustrating, but also like a quite positive thing. The Harlequins game I still haven't gotten over, to be honest, because that was so irritating just at that time in the season.
To the day I die, I won't know how. I will never know how we didn't win that game. That's and I don't think they'll ever understand how they got 5 points out of it. How they took a 5 point bonus point win from that was a heist of the century from them.
But we've played a few games where we've just not got anything from it, but probably deserved to got something from it. You know, like try bonus or a losing bonus. So
that's the madly frustrating thing. I think is I feel as coach and like watching the girls train every day and watch the perform on the weekend. I feel like that gap at the moment probably isn't a fair reflection of I think how close our performances are to that top 5, but that doesn't count for anything because
what's the bit missing?
Well, you'll find out at the weekend, Mo.
I think it's just a little bit of everything.
Fair.
Like I do think if you look at the league at the moment, like obviously you guys can be frustrated with some results. The Bristol, was it Bristol Quins game or Bristol Sarah's game? Bristol would be frustrated at it. Like there's games all over the league at the moment where teams perhaps just they're not getting maybe what they deserve or what the form book suggests or what people would have predicted pre-game. And I think that's a brilliant thing about the league. But I guess at the moment we're just probably on the wrong side of it, hence why we're where we are in the table.
Does the run of results you guys have had at Gloucester-Hartpury at the moment make it feel any different to the way it felt last season? Is it psychologically heavy? Is it weighing on you?
I don't think it's the results. I think it's the play. I think that's heavier on us. Like results are results. Like you can't help that. But it's the way that we're playing. We're not playing very well, and that's frustrating to us. I think we had a bit of a meeting about it this week, and everybody's just really trying, and sometimes that can hinder you. Do you know what I mean? Like you try and everybody's trying their best, and it's frustrating, and like you just can't get it to click. And I think, like Mo said, we haven't had the continuity that we maybe wanted, and we've been missing quite a few people. And I mean, hopefully we'll go into the season and hit at the back end.
It's a long old season. Do you know what I mean? This was the same for Bristol last year.
Yeah.
They were like sat
It
around
is a long
fifth.
old season, but it's actually a really
It's
short
not-
season.
yeah,
And
but
also
as
we're
in, like,
halfway this weekend. That's
Yeah.
the wild
This
thing.
weekend's
Halfway is
halfway.
crazy.
Truncated.
It's truncated, but there's still so many games to come. And also, you want to peak towards the end.
I do think you want to peak towards the
And also-
end. I agree.
Not too late.
We're
preferably
sat-
there.
we're
Not
sat
too
there now
late.
and
You've got to
we've
be
been-
amongst it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you lose to Loughborough,
Still time.
What?
It's all right. We're not going to.
Yeah. And there's still time.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I think the pressure is more from like external stuff. Like we just need to focus on like what we're trying to do. Like, it's not clicking. There's so many areas of our game we can get better at, which I think is actually quite a scary thing. Like we defended for 36 minutes at the weekend. We still had 4 opportunities to score tries in the first half. In like it's 34, wasn't it? So 6 minutes play, we had 4 opportunities to score tries. Need to be better there, obviously. But also Bristol only got 12 points out of that. So like we're not clicking. We know we can be so much better, but actually we're still all right.
And we're still running top 4 close. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
and you've got Sarah Beckett with both shoulders this
We've got
time.
Sarah Beckett coming back. Flaky
Playing
George
fly
will
half.
soon make a return.
Playing fly half.
Yeah, flat.
Yeah.
this week.
Do you know what I
think
mean?
that's the thing for you
I'm
guys.
a kicking 10 as well, just so
You
you
are
know.
obviously kick
Yeah.
plenty.
Multifaceted.
I think
Triple
that-
threat.
Yeah,
Some would
triple
say.
threat.
Victor
Might say.
Matfield in the line out there.
I'm going to go up in the line out, deliver it down, go to 10, kick to the corner.
No, as you come down, aren't you kicking it over your head? I thought that was the drill.
I think that's the thing for you
Special play.
guys is having obviously watched the game the weekend. Bristol I thought were very, very good, and I don't want to undermine their victory, but I still
That's
think
one of the best they've played. I
I still
I've
think you
seen it
guys
click.
had more than enough chances to win the game.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you guys didn't play well at the weekend, like you've said it yourself, like you didn't play well. You just have, in my opinion, too many genuinely world-class players
to be doing that.
To be carry on losing, like it will click, like it just will. I hope it doesn't this weekend. Like God, I hope it doesn't this weekend.
We all know that. You
But
don't
like,
have to say that again.
No, I'm gonna keep getting this on record. But like, so like, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. Like the way I define world class player is if
Well, I hope it
a
doesn't
Martian
click.
15 came down and wanted to play against
A Martian 15?
a Martian 15 came and wanted to play against humans, who would be in your conversation to be picked?
You weren't speaking
What
about
kind of
space.
game would they play, though? I mean, how would
I
you
reckon the
have to...
Martians would throw it around quite a bit. I
I'm
reckon
calling
they play it
Killer
around quite a
Whale.
bit.
We're not doing it. We're not doing
So-
it.
Planet, do you think it'd have the best
No.
players?
No, I'm not doing that because that will generally be here till 10 o'clock.
I need a Killer Whale
But-
buzzer.
But how I define it
Throw
is,
you in.
if we were picking the Earth 15, these players are
we're
coming
carrying
to
on.
contention, and I genuinely think at Gloucester-Hartpury as a
Yoshi.
club side, I think you have 6, arguably 7 genuinely world-class players, and that is a phenomenal
as
number.
stated by the Dream Team
Exactly, yeah, as
recently
stated by the Dream
announced.
Team.
How many
Oh,
was it?
What a segue, Scazzy.
Thank you.
God,
Thank
there's a
you.
professional
I
podcaster.
was just like, how the
Maud,
chuff can we get off
Zoe,
this
Alex.
subject right now?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
only 3.
Well,
3 World 15.
but
some
in
people are robbed.
a World 15, 3 at one club is actually is massive.
20% of
That's
the World
huge
15 at
at
one
a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20% quick maths.
That's private school education for you.
A little notice board moment. Let's give our flowers to Ellie Kildan,
Yip, yip, yip.
World Rugby Player of the Year,
Yippee!
and Pieter Stef de Toey. The last time Pieter Stef de Toey won it
Did you
was
agree with that one?
what, Pieter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have given it to Pieter any day of the week. But better than Cheslin.
Okay.
Just because...
I thought Eben would have been in with a shout.
No, but I think Pieter, because he's not like a massively verbal guy. What?
I'd have
Don't,
given
Mo,
it to
don't.
Peter
Mo,
any day
don't.
of the week.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that so many
She's
players...
still not with it.
She's not with it.
Richard, don't worry. It's just a joke.
Sorry. I
Seriously,
don't know
by
why
the
my
way,
head-
can I put-
I don't know why my head went there. I tried
No,
not to
we
let it.
all, we all did, Mo. And Scaz and I sat here as the adults on the sofa and went, that's not what Elma meant. Well, that's like, the children over here started wetting themselves and just sniggering along.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, you gotta come back.
So mature. The last time Pieter won World Player of the Year was the time Scazzy won it in 2019. It was the first time I saw our Emily Scarrett in real life.
Wow.
She was there.
What did you think? No, don't answer that. Don't
I was
answer
like, she's tall.
And that was in, because we had the conversation, that was in Tokyo, wasn't it, Scaz? We had this
was, yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
Scaz was at Tokyo for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long trip for 2 days.
But you're right, he's not that
Where's
chatty.
Scaz?
No.
Because we had to have
Training
some
in
photos
England.
together and he wasn't that chatty. What did
Scazzy
you
was
say?
literally just
I was
standing there
thinking,
going,
where is Scaz? She's not in England camp. Like, where is she? Obviously,
rocked. What did
World
you
Rugby
wear, though?
Awards are there. I was like,
speaking of things we'd like to celebrate, GB7's girls, 4th in Dubai.
Woohoo.
Giselle's first tournament in charge.
Giselle
it.
effect.
Love the YouTube comments on the Cardiff Met episode with our Mosef as the hostess with the mostess. Neil said if the Welsh had any sense and the WRU haven't demonstrated that they have much, I didn't say that, he did, they'll make Sean Lynn an offer he can't refuse and give him responsibility for the whole of women's rugby in
Surely
Wales.
they have spoken to him.
Surely.
This is dominating my thought process at the moment. Who's going to get the Wales
The
job?
application
It fascinates
process
me.
closes on Friday, and then the interviews need to be conducted by the 16th of December. A PAS. Will you let us know?
Sure.
Will you let us know about
Absolutely.
whether someone has to go off for a personal...
I was thinking of booking a 1-to-1 on the 16th. I said to the
Just to
girls
see
the other
whether
day
it's like-
because I had one
Like the
booked for this
parking, we'll
week.
book a
Yeah.
1-to-1.
Leadership meeting on the Monday. I was thinking, let's get it booked in, and then if he cancels on me, then I know.
he does cancel quite a lot,
But
though.
irrelevant
so.
of him having the job or not, surely as the WRU, you are going to a certain few people to be like, have you any interest in this? Surely they reached out. I don't know if Linny would want the job because he probably also, where he's at with his life, with his kids, with the family, that is a lot to probably take on right now. But from a WRU point of view, surely you have said,
Got to.
Yeah.
knock, knock, knock.
But
Any
if not,
interest?
probably after the BBC Sport article they did.
You're hoping-
That
Are
was
you
shots
like,
fired.
stop highlighting it?
Yeah.
Linny, stop it.
No
we want
one's,
you to
guys.
stay.
no one's spoken to me. Okay, now they have. I win.
Thank you so much also on the notice board topic to everyone who's given us feedback on the Amy Barrett-Thrawn episode and her speaking so beautifully about her autism diagnosis, but also just how empowering her message was to so many people. The response has been amazing. Ryan Bennett mailed us and said, "Hi guys, I wanted to say that the Good, the Scaz and the Rugby podcasts are brilliant. I look forward to every episode I've watched from the beginning."
Oh,
Ryan, even Primo. I like to think I've been... I've been an earlier adopter of the women's rugby game and find it far more accessible but no less compelling than the men's game. I was at Twickenham for the world record Six Nations attendance match, and I have tickets for the World Cup final.
Yes,
Right, and he's done well to get them because
Yeah.
they went fast.
And we hope to see Mo and Scaz there for a catch-up. As the father of 2 neurodivergent girls, the latest episode with Amy Beckett was particularly wonderful. What a great role model. Keep up the good work.
Cutesy.
Nice.
Oh,
Thanks,
Ryan,
guys.
love that.
Love
And to
that.
sign off.
Wait, I've got one for the notice board.
Oh?
I've got to show my cars. Can I? Yeah. Thank you.
Hot wheels.
Sherry didn't put it on the notice board, but basically, so we have been doing some of our community appearances, and I went down to Leicester Forest the other day, my first ever club. Love
Have
that
you
place.
still got a mural?
Still got a mural, yeah. Still proudly on the wall. Still not defaced. I'm sure someone should have like.
No, Scaz.
Do you know what I mean?
You're a local icon.
Well,
Even when you wear red buttoned up.
it's one's undone.
Little ribbon.
Just might not show it. It's probably a bit fresh out of the packet. Anyway, went to Leicester Forest. Tom down there looked after me so well. Loads of different age groups there. And basically, Tom and his daughters and all of the Leicester Forest girls got us all a little Land Rover. Because they were like, we're not getting you croissants this time. Croissants has been overdone.
And jacket potatoes.
And jacket
just like
potatoes.
keep.
Yeah. So we're getting you a Land Rover. And Shira, I don't know how she's managed this. Shira has got, here is your own Meg Jones Barbie car from the girls at Leicester Forest Rugby Club. And it's like a little blue Hot Wheels car.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
It's like you have your
Barbie
trains when
car.
you're a
That was
kid.
me like my trains.
So maybe they can live on the shelf somewhere now.
Well, they will have to live next to the Barbie car.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for
Very
that.
cool.
Nice.
Thanks, Leicester Forest.
Yeah.
East.
No East.
Oh, it's gone.
That's a service station.
It's in Leicester Forest East, but it's just Leicester Forest Rugby Club.
Oh, sorry. I always thought it was Leicester Forest East.
Yeah, so did I.
So you've been correcting us the whole time.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Just because Leicester Forest East, LFE. I just used to call it LFE.
Yeah,
It's a
LFE.
place. Yeah, but it's not the rugby club. Who knew?
Who knew?
There we are.
Every
Fleeto
day's-
took great.
Terrible service station as well.
Yeah.
Taco Bell now.
Has
Never
it?
stop
All
it.
right,
Yeah,
going
it's
up
never
the
stopping you.
There we are.
We're in Orca Get a Wild territory.
Honestly, I could do a whole podcast on service stations. That's a whole other one.
You need
and
to do that with Tat.
Please go listen to Charlie Beckett's podcast. He's a prolific podcaster and a professional coach, and we thank you for lending your talents to the show today.
I'm not sure I've lent anything to this show. I think this will be well forgotten about me being on here.
If you have any thoughts, just slip into the DMs there, give us a bit of feedback. You know, like I don't have the line out moves, but if there are any other thoughts that you have that you'd like to give us on an ongoing basis.
Thank you, and thank you very much for having me. Like, I spent my life just being Sarah Beckett's brother, so
That's
it's nice
not
to
true,
be here.
is
Thank
it?
you very much.
It's not true.
Thank
There
you
was
so
a bit
much.
of a changing of a guard, though, wasn't there?
There was very
Ooh,
much so.
yeah.
Very much so. There was a change of the guard.
So you used to be Charlie's sister.
Constantly on the way to school. I used to get the train to school. On the way to school, everyone, like once a week at least. You Charlie Beckett's sister? Yes. And then when was it? When you came to a game to watch? Was it Scott?
Oh, it was Scott Beeman, yeah.
Sarah Beckett's brother.
I was in the again at the
Get
Stone
in.
X.
That's the
and I
best
was
when that
watching,
happens.
and Scott
So good.
Scott looked at me strangely, and I was like, "Oh, clearly a big fan of the Premiership A League." He's clocked me, and he went, "Sarah Beckett's brother, aren't you?" And I was like, "Oh, it's happening! It's happening!" From that moment on, I've just been Sarah Beckett's brother.
We will give the final say to Susie Taylor, the mother who is the queen of the FFTJs. She, at the end of her email, said, I'm waffling, sorry, just to close. I have to say, I didn't ever imagine this coming weekend's scenario. Because they're different sexes, it never occurred to me that they would ever be pitted against each other. I'm off on Sunday, and I will, of course, be at Franklin's Gardens to watch the match. But I feel sickeningly conflicted. Have fun chatting. See you Sunday. Susie,
Big
XX.
love.
Cute girl.
So cute.
Oh, Susie, thank you so much for being on the show with us as well. We've loved having you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
May the
very
best team
much.
win.
Woo.
As long as they're wearing African violet.
Well, 7 world-class players are playing for Gloucester-Hartpury.
I didn't tell you how
The
many
other
I think we
eight,
have.
We are The Good, The Scaz and The Rugby, brought to you by our friends at Vodafone. The Good, The Scaz and The Rugby is a folding pocket production produced by...
Shara Kilgallen.
What was that?
That was a long
That's
walk.
Charlie's note in the car.
That was like me in the car.
There we are.